Hey y'all, so today is Thursday, March 8th. I'm just getting off of work. It's 5:22. I haven't been getting in as early as normal because traffic has been crazy. But anyway, I wanted to come to give you guys a follow-up to the water issue that happened at my house, because a lot of you guys have been commenting like, what's going on, did it get fixed, or whatever, and I failed to realize that I didn't update you guys. So let's see, when was that? Sunday is when I found the issue. So of course I called my realtor, and my realtor called the seller, and we coordinated for them to come on Monday, for her to send contractors over on Monday to assess the water issue, the drywall issue, and also the heating issue, because the house was not warm, like the heat was not coming on. So she contacted them. She said she contacted them to come out on Monday, and they were going to call me. I never got a call on Monday. So Monday night, my realtor kept reaching out and basically was, telling her, hey, nothing ever happened, what's going on, we need these issues fixed. And so Monday night, contractors started calling me, asking me what were the issues and telling me when they were available for Tuesday. Now luckily Tuesday I was off work because I had an appointment, and I wanted to be at the house when the contractors got there. So the HVAC contractor, he came for the heat, and before I even go into them fixing the issues, yes, I did have a thorough home inspection before I purchased the property. In the report, the inspector listed everything. He let us know that, hey, we couldn't test the water heater because the water to the house was shut off. Again, I think this was a foreclosed property before the seller brought it and flipped it, and so it wasn't out of the norm that the water was off. And he also noted that, hey, it looks as though the water heater needs to be replaced, but the water was off, so we couldn't really test a lot of the stuff. So that is the issue. That's why we couldn't test the actual faucets, because the water was off to the property. But we put in the report, we put in the repair addendum, all that stuff, that it needs to be in working order, and it needed to be repaired by a licensed plumber, whatever issues were uncovered. So we put all that in there, which is why she switched out the water heater the day of settlement, because that was one of the list items on that repair addendum. And I guess she thought she could fix it, but she couldn't, and it became last minute because settlement was already scheduled for that Friday. So that's what happened with that. As far as the heat is concerned, that was listed in the inspection report as well, just that it needed to be serviced, and I think that's just a general thing that inspector puts in his reports. But we knew that the heat was not on at the time we were in the house, but we did not know it wasn't working properly, and that's why, as a catch-all, I put in the repair addendum to make sure that a licensed HVAC technician, repairs or services is what we said. I think services the equipment or whatever, and make sure it's in working condition. Now, when I did and obviously the drywall wasn't an issue then because the water hadn't leaked, so that wasn't in there. When I did my walkthrough the night before settlement, there was no way for us to test the water issue because the water was still off to the house. She had already told us that she was going to be replacing the water heater in the morning, and so we didn't want to turn on the water knowing the water heater was problematic, because I didn't want it to flood my house. So we knew that she was replacing the water heater in the morning, so we didn't turn on the water service to the house. As far as the heating is concerned, we knew that the house was cold, because obviously you can look at the thermostat and see that it was cold, but we didn't have time to set the thermostat at like 70 or 75 and just wait around until the house reached that temperature. So yeah, that's what happened with that. So anyway, she sends the contractors my information to call me directly. They say they can come out at like 2 and 4 on that Tuesday. So the HVAC guy gets there at 2. He's working on the system pretty much until about 5 o'clock, 5 or 6. He actually left after he finished and came back to then service the thermostat just to be safe. So he was really nice, and he actually gave me his personal information just in case I ever needed an HVAC technician, because he said although my system is fairly new, it was replaced about a year ago. He said it was replaced with a complicated system and not a lot of technicians know that system in and out, and he does. And obviously he does, because I set it to 75, and when I went back last night my house was blazing, like it was hot. And usually I keep my house on like 78 to 80, but it was hot in there. So I guess heat rises, I don't know. I had to turn it down to 70 because I know my family and friends this weekend are gonna be like, oh my god, it's so hot in here. So I turned it down to 70, but he got that working, and so I'm happy with that. He showed me how to change out the filter. He put a new filter in for me just to get me started for the first month, or he said month or 2 months, but we'll see. So the HVAC and the heat is fixed. That's good. So the plumber, I'm calling him a plumber, but he also said that he's the one that's going to fix the drywall, so I guess he's a contractor. He came at 4 p.m. He turned the water back on because I told him we had to cut all the water off to the house. I was like, forget this, I don't want no water on in here, nothing else is getting ruined. So I told him I cut the water off, and I told him where the water was coming from. And so he was here for like a very long time. He was at the house for a very long time, and he finally came out because I was sitting in my car while they were doing what they were doing because it was so cold in the house. So he came back out to the car, and he was just like, oh well, I found the problem. The problem is the faucet in the powder room. And I knew it was in the powder room because that's where the water was coming from. He said the faucet is defective, it's damaged, and so that's how water was escaping, but it wasn't through the top of the faucet where you normally turn it on and the water comes out. It was the part of the faucet that's underneath the vanity, which is why the water was coming out underneath the vanity. So he says I need to call the seller to get another faucet over here so that I can install a new faucet for you. Well, by this time it was like 4:45, 4:50, and everybody was pretty much getting off work. I called the seller on her cell phone because at this point it was like the runaround, like how am I going to get my faucet so that I can have running water. So I called her, and she's like, oh well, I have more faucets at a different project location in, I think she said in Bowie, Maryland or something. And she was just like, you know, if you or the contractor could go up to that property to get it, then you can just use one of those because I just delivered some faucets over there not too long ago. But the problem was the contractor on that project wasn't answering his phone, and it was already going on 5, so there was no point in us driving up there, you know, that late. So the contractor called his boss, because I think he's a subcontractor. He called his boss, and his boss did not authorize him to go to Home Depot and buy me a new faucet to put in there. Okay, and so he says that he comes back out and says, okay, the seller is going to give my boss, which is the main contractor, the faucet at some point tonight because they live not too far from each other, and then I can come back tomorrow, which would have been yesterday, Wednesday, to install it for you, except for the fact that I had to go to work Wednesday and the rest of this week, and I was not taking off again for this. So I said, no, unless you can do after 6 p.m., we can reschedule for Saturday because I'll be here pretty much all day moving and stuff. So we rescheduled for Saturday at 11 a.m. So he's supposed to put in the new faucet, but he did turn the water back on to the main house. He just left the water off in the powder room somehow. And when I went there last night to check the heat, I turned on some of the faucets and the water was coming out, so everything seemed to be okay. But there's no faucet. He removed the entire faucet from the powder room, so I have to wait for Saturday morning to get a new faucet installed there. As far as the drywall, which was damaged from the leak, he seemed to be under the impression that he could just replaster, is what he said, and sand and paint. I told him I don't know about that because I'm kind of worried about mold and mildew and what's behind there and, you know, stuff like that. So he said he would cut out a piece to make sure that there was no mold and mildew or something, and I am going to put a dehumidifier in there. But yeah, so he said that we will address that on Saturday as well. And my realtor reached out to me today to get an update, and I told him that, and he seemed to be worried about the same concerns that I had, and said he was going to reach out to the seller. But what I was confused about is the seller emailed my realtor today just to check to make sure I was okay with all the repairs and everything was done. So I'm not sure what her contractors are telling her, but you know, as far as the HVAC contractor, yeah, he's done. He did fine, and my heat works. I'm satisfied with that. But the other contractor knows he didn't do any of the work yet. So I don't know where there was a mix-up or miscommunication. But my realtor got back to her, so we'll see. We're waiting to see what she says now. So Saturday morning is supposed to be when he comes to finish the rest of the repair work. Let's see what else. You can see clothes in the back. I have moved all of my home decor, all of my lighting that I took from my prior home, and just some other stuff that I had stored at my parents' house. I've moved all that stuff. My uncle came with his pickup truck, and his son, my cousin, helped him move all that stuff on Monday night. And then I moved some yesterday as well. Every night I've been going to the house after work and just unloading my car. So I'll load it up in the morning before work and then unload it after work. Today is the first day where I've started taking clothes. I did not realize how many clothes I have, and quite a few of them still have the tags on it, and quite a few of them are new. I've just recently got them, like, since I moved to my parents' house. Like, I don't know. So anyway, this is the first day that I've started moving my clothes. You can see. My goal is to have all of my clothes, except for a few work outfits, moved to my parents' house, and eventually all of my shoes. I keep a lot of my shoes in their shoe boxes, so I need to empty some of the big moving boxes at my house to bring the empty boxes back to my parents' house to load them up with my shoe boxes, because I do not intend to purchase any more boxes when I have plenty of boxes. I just need to, you know, take the stuff out of them. So my plan is to have the majority of all of my clothes moved by Saturday morning. And moving day is Saturday. I'm going to try to vlog what I can for you guys, but I know it's going to be hectic. I have a lot more people helping me this time, just because we don't want it to be a 2-day process, and we don't want to make more than one trip this time. So instead of renting a 20-foot truck, I rented a 26-foot truck, which is the biggest size that U-Haul had, because, and guys, I'm in a tunnel, I'm sorry, because my father said he did not want to make more than one trip this time. So with that being said, that's why I decided to start moving the stuff at my parents' house this week, so that we didn't have to worry about any of that when, you know, I got to Saturday and it was time to unload the storage unit. So I have more people helping. I have a bigger truck. It should be smooth sailing. Fingers crossed. We'll see. But I'm excited about this Saturday. As far as when I'm going to actually start staying in my home, I do not know. Everybody is telling me to stay Saturday night. The problem is I had a king-size bed at my prior house because our room was huge. And this house is a townhouse. Obviously the square footage is smaller, so my room is smaller. A king-size bed would pretty much take up the majority of the room. So for scaling purposes and for aesthetics of the eyes, I decided that I was going to downsize to a queen-size bed. Meaning I had to purchase a new bed and I have to purchase a new mattress set. I have bit the bullet and went ahead and ordered my bed off of Overstock. It is beautiful. Can't wait to show you guys. I ordered it, I think, on Monday. So it's slated to come, I think, next Wednesday, maybe a little before. And I have not purchased a mattress set yet. I do not know why mattresses are so expensive. I had no idea they were this expensive. I don't know. My parents had brought my previous king size. It was a Sleep Number bed. And so I'm bummed that I can't use that, but it just doesn't fit in this room. So I'm still gonna keep it, but you know, in this house, I just can't use it. So the dilemma is that Saturday I will not have my bed, okay? I do have a air mattress, but I'm not sure that I want to sleep on that. And then I have a twin bed that's gonna go in one of the guest rooms, but I don't know. Like, obviously if I stay, someone is gonna stay with me, obviously, and obviously I would give them the twin bed but I don't know that I want to sleep on an air mattress. So I was thinking of not staying at my place until I got my actual bed, got it put together, and got my mattress. But that's looking like the middle of next week probably. So I don't know. I ordered my grocery. My mom let me go grocery shopping at her house, bless her heart. She gave me a lot of stuff. My freezer is pretty much already jam-packed now, and this house doesn't have a pantry, so I had to use one of the double cabinets in the kitchen as my pantry. That's pretty stocked as well, just from shopping at her house. But I did place a giant Peapod order, so that's supposed to arrive on Sunday. And I scheduled Verizon to install internet and cable, so that's going to happen on Sunday as well. Nobody really had Saturday delivery or installation times, which was good because Saturday we're going to be busy moving all my stuff in, and then Sunday is when everything, you know, will be installed and my food will come and everything. So we'll see about that. I'm excited about that, but I have not decided when I'm going to move in. So when do you guys think I should move in? Let me know down below. I mean, it's not like I've never slept on an air mattress before, but it's just like, I don't know if I want to do that or not. Also, I don't have bedding for my bed yet. I'm super picky when it comes to that, and I have a vision for my room and the space. I know I showed you guys in that haul video of my master bedroom home decor. I showed you guys the inspiration board that I came up with for my bedroom. I ordered that bed that was in that inspiration board from Overstock. I got a good deal on it because it was on sale, and then they sent me a 20% off coupon. So I got a good deal on that, and then I found some more Z Gallerie stuff to go in there. I'm going to be posting that haul tomorrow, but I just am picky about the bedding, and I haven't found the perfect bedding yet, so we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. So that's an update for you guys. I am probably going to I was going to head to my house. I'm probably going to go to a store to look at some mattresses first, and then go to my parents' house to probably put some more clothes in the car. And I may not stop at the house today. I may just load up more clothes, as many clothes as I can fit, and then go after work tomorrow. So I will see you guys in the next vlog video. But again, I'm going to post that huge home decor video tomorrow, so you guys don't want to miss that, okay? So bye.